Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to read for messages about love, romance, and dating. Please come into the reading with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to learn something or better yourself. If the messages that come through don't resonate for you, feel free to push them aside. You may want to revisit them at a later date. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is, of course, optional advice, guidance, energy check-ins. So above all else, please do trust your own intuition. That being said, let's try and have some fun and get you some helpful, insightful messages. You got the King and Queen of Wands showing up next to each other. Love that. This is a new deck I'm trying out called the Cozy Witch Tarot. I love the images. I love the illustrations. So we'll see if it gives us some good messages. One more card for Cancer and Love. Cancer and Love. One more card. All right, cool. Let's do it. So bottom of your deck is the Ace of Pentacles. So it says, wow, what an abundant opportunity. So possibly something new coming in, some brand new opportunity to build with someone or progress things to the next level, start a new chapter with someone. I'm going to start in the middle. So we have a little bit of Hanged Man energy. Then we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So for some of you, if you're waiting to hear back from a fire sign, I do absolutely see you guys connecting sooner than later. Fire tends to be more of a faster moving element than, say, something like Earth. So it could be that you've been waiting a while, but then when there is some connection, it feels like it's very all encapsulating or very engrossing. Or I'm hearing terms like that. So very passionate. The King and Queen of Wands, fire energy, again, super passionate, typically kind of outgoing, happy-go-lucky type of energy. So there seems to be a strong connection here. After waiting and waiting and waiting, though. So I'm not sure how, let me look at the cards surrounding it and seeing what the deal is. Because once it takes off really beautifully. So it could be that some of you haven't been sort of on the dating market in a while and you're finally ready to move forward with it. With the King of Wands being your center card, that's very strong in terms of progress and movement and feeling desire and passion for someone and your life too, for that matter. So it's coming from a Two of Pentacles situation. So interesting, some of you may actually have to choose between two people. Again, if one of them is a fire sign, I think that, my cross watchers who are cross watching on Cancer, if you're a fire sign, Cancer's probably going to move towards you, at least in the coming month or so. Two of Pentacles, let's see. Yeah, there was some important decision you had to make that was affecting your love life and your ability to move forward. So maybe it had to do with multiple prospects. It certainly doesn't have to be that. It could be that you were trying to juggle work-life balance and, family issues, et cetera, et cetera. But then again, that goes into the world. So there's some sort of freedom where it feels like you're released from burden or you're released from some sort of period of stagnation. Things just felt like they were stalled and not moving in your love life. Again, especially Scorpio season for my Cancer risings. That rules your 5th house of dating. So in theory, that could be a very pleasant time. And well after that too, when Venus moves through your fifth house, that's a great time for connections and dating and romance, things of that sort. So let's see, Two of Pentacles to the Four of Wands. Yeah, it seems like you make a good decision on who to move forward with. I like that very much. And I think there's good energy around who this person hangs out with. I feel like I said this to you in an earlier reading, but it's like you really get along with their family or you really like their friends, or maybe you're meeting their siblings, their cousins, eventually, right? I'm not saying they're bringing them out on, first dates or anything, but they seem to have their own posse, their own clique, their own, however you want to say it. But you tend to, I shouldn't say you tend to. If you tend to be a wallflower and not always feel comfortable in group settings, this is like a game changer because it feels like these people welcome you with open arms and are very interested to learn about you and kind of share their lives and their storylines with you and have you be a part of that. I like that very much. And then the Page of Swords. All right. So this person may introduce some sort of topic to you that's of interest, of something that you've always wanted to learn about or study. And so you might be learning about it through them, but there's also something that sort of initiates you to do your own research or dig into this topic more deeply, maybe because you want to impress them a little bit, like you want to have something to bring to the table for this conversation. I don't know how this relates, but I'm also getting almost the idea of like a secret Santa or a white elephant, or it doesn't even have to be that, or like a family game night where everybody is tasked with going off and bringing their own thing to the party. And then like you meet up and there's like a swap of items, or everybody shares, whatever the poem they wrote, or there's some sort of like fun thing that happens in your dating life, or it could just be in your friendship group, right? Your relationships in your life that are important, where it's like you guys are going to come together and bond over some sort of um, some sort of like fun activity, but it involves prep work. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone. For some of you, you might be planning a trip or a vacation with a significant other, in which case it's sort of like everybody's kind of throwing ideas in the mix of where they'd like to go. But it's more than just like naming things. It's almost like someone has done like a little bit, like almost like a rough draft of an itinerary. Like, I thought we could go here and then maybe we could go here. Like, it's like it involves a little bit of research, but it seems like something you're really excited to throw yourself into, and not only that, but like share with the people that are involved in this. Let's see. And so for some of you, there may have been waiting on a decision from a group of friends, or again, from a significant other. Maybe if you are doing like group travel, it's like you have to make sure everybody's on board and, splitting the hotel or the Airbnb or trying to get estimates going. There could have been question marks regarding money. But again, with the world, there's a sense of like, okay, we've accomplished this. Something that maybe wasn't an easy feat. It feels like we're freed from that responsibility and now we can enjoy it. And we're all the wiser too, with the world card. It says, yay, you did it. Now do something to celebrate a job well done. So if there is planning and prep work in your life right now, in anticipation of some big step in your life, it is going to work out. So don't get too caught up in like I'm hearing the word swirling, like swirling minds, swirling ideas, feeling sort of overwhelmed by so many things. It'll all pan out when it's supposed to, but I do see that happening sooner than later. It feels like you're on the brink of this breakthrough. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. Yeah, your King of Wands, that could certainly be you, Cancer. But I do also think in some ways it's representing a romantic partner who, again, has like this really great group of people surrounding them. Just like good vibes, good energy, and kind of feeling like you found a new family within that relationship. I hope that makes sense. It just feels like they embrace you. And I don't know if you always feel kooky or like the weirdo or like the odd man out, it doesn't feel that way anymore. It's like you're with your people. I like that. It's just, I don't know. It just feels really nice and sweet. And there's like a sense of ease and peace about it. You don't have to force or struggle conversation or pretend or, be polite to people who maybe you don't really jive with, but you kind of just have to put on a good face. It feels like you genuinely enjoy being with these people. There is some sort of a formal occasion in your future to like dress up and possibly mingle with people for those who are single and looking. I don't know if you're going to a wedding or an anniversary or a celebration, whatever it is. It seems like you're getting yourself all done up and dressing up nice, and people will notice. It might be a good opportunity for networking in more ways than one, even, for romantic prospects, yes, but also possibly with business, whenever the King and Queen of Wands comes out. I think those are very strong in terms of like career cards as well. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. I do feel like there could be some good energy with a Capricorn, possibly a Sagittarius too. Let's see, or a Virgo. I'm getting those signs. I feel like someone's offering you. So for a lot of you, it feels like you're waiting on a Sagittarius, and maybe there's some back and forth there. That could totally be, but it's a little bit less certain. Like there's not as much certainty about where this person stands, but you do have a Capricorn who's coming at you with strong energy and definitely like knows what they want, is expressing that to you. And sort of, waiting for you to make the next move. It feels like someone has offered you their heart, more or less, and you seem to be sort of contemplating what you're going to do with it. And I was getting that storyline earlier. So for those who are like, I have no prospects, I don't know what you're talking about. In the near future, you may have like two at the same time. It could be that multiple people are interested, or you're connecting with multiple people on apps or socially, whatever. I don't know why I'm getting those signs so strongly, but I'm definitely getting Capricorn, Sagittarius, possibly Virgo and Aquarius that might be in the mix. The Virgo, Aquarius, Sagittarius has a lot of mystery around it. The Capricorn, possibly Leo, seems a little bit more like making themselves known, texting you back, like making plans with, a specific date, time. Like they're not leaving you in the dark. There isn't this like, yeah, maybe sometime we'll meet up. And then you're just like, okay, when? Like there's more certainty, and I don't want to say guarantees, but it's just, again, there's this ease of like, what they want, they're willing to meet up. Like they say what they mean and they mean what they say. The other energy here, it has potential. And I think there's definitely a lot of like sexual attraction or like physical attraction at least, I don't know if you're just looking at their pictures, like if you've actually met up with this person, I can't really tell. But I don't know if they're on the fence or they're just kind of not looking to be exclusive, but there's a little bit of mystery or question mark there. Um, there could also be a friendship in your life of someone who is like keeping a secret from you that they actually are into you in a more romantic sense. It could be male or female, and it could be same-sex couples as well. I am definitely sensing that. So it's possible that, yeah, there's a friend in your life who has very like deep feelings for you, but hasn't necessarily chosen to share those yet. I think eventually they will, but they may do it in a written text or like a note or an email, because it's a little bit less not confrontational, but it's almost like, that fear of being rejected. It lessens the blow if they send it to you, via a message versus in person. And also it doesn't put you on the spot as much too, because I feel like if it's a friendship, they might not want to ruin the friendship with you, but I don't know, with sort of the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like they're willing to risk it. They're willing to roll the dice and see what happens. You seem to be taken aback or a little bit perplexed by this too, so I'm not sure if you necessarily match those feelings for, in a romantic sense with someone who's been sort of a friend and confidant in your life for a while. That could also have to do with a Scorpio as well. There's a lot of signs coming through on that one. Or it might just take you some time to sort of imagine what that would be like, because I do think it catches you off guard or it blindsides you a little bit. Or if it doesn't, if you have been sort of suspicious of that, now that the proposal is actually there, now that feelings are out in the open, you do seem a little bit uncertain of how you want to proceed. So there might be a little bit of tension or I'm gonna, like, it might even be a little bit awkward because, this person's hoping they hear back from you instantly and like, oh my gosh, I love you too. Yes, let's go out, or, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be I love you that soon, but they're sort of, waiting and hoping that you respond immediately, and I don't think you do. And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't owe anyone anything on the spot. Take time to process it, especially the feelings and the emotions. Page of Cups. It's something new-ish, but again, it's not brand new. I think it's someone who's already in your life socially, possibly someone at work. But there's this thing of like, I need to get comfortable with the idea of this first before I actually make plans to meet up with this person. All right, what else? Any other storylines that want to come through? So I guess for the ones who are on the fence with, what did I say? Aquarius, Sagittarius, Virgo. For some of you, that energy seems to be a little bit hot and cold, or you can't quite read them, or they say they're going to, make plans to meet up with you, but it never happens. So for the Cancers wondering about those signs specifically, and bear in mind, there could be multiple signs involved, right? I'm not saying all the Virgos are indecisive by any means, but strength. Okay, it takes great strength to be soft. So I think it's going to require patience. The Hangman, the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, those are all kind of giving me a similar vibe of like, all right, we can't rush things. We got to feel it out and see energetically what goes on. I feel like this person, I don't know if they're intimidated. I don't know. I don't get that so much. It might be that they have you and also sights on a Leo as well. They might be contemplating who they want to move forward with, and that's the delay. There could definitely be another Leo in the mix here. You too, Cancer, you may have multiple Leos coming at you with romantic offers or confessing a crush or a proposal to go do something. For some of you, I see dancing playing a factor in your love life or your personal life in the coming months. So I don't know if you're auditioning or you're just a dancer by nature, or you're going to go out dancing with friends, or your partner and you are taking dance classes. Something about dance is coming through for a lot of you. So with the one who's kind of keeping you guessing, I don't think you're the only one. I think that's why it's a little bit confusing. But I do sense that it's very new, so it's not necessarily that they're playing you. It's just that they haven't decided how they want to go. I think they're kind of waiting to take their cue from the Leo. And I mean, I don't love the energy because, to be honest, it kind of seems like the domino effect. Like if the Leo rejects them, then they'll go after the Cancer. So it's like, you don't want to be anyone's second banana, right? Or however you want to say it. You don't want to like be an option for someone who, I'm trying to say it gently, but I think you know what I mean. You're just someone's option, so don't make this person your priority. If you can, stick it out and be like, I'm not going to invest too much emotional energy in this, but if I hear from them, great. Awesome. That's a healthy attitude. Again, Leo Capricorn seems to be making their feelings known. I like the vibes much better there, but you seem to be, again, a little bit hesitant about that too. So there is very strong energy and matching pairing energy, no matter what gender you identify with, right? Of a fire sign who's coming through very strong. So Aries, Leo, Sag. Again, there might be a Sag involved here, but there could be multiple ones. So I'm gonna stick with what I said there. A lot of Leo energy in this as well. Replace your self-doubt with confidence. Shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. Learn to get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. All right, Cancer, I'm going to leave you with that. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. If you want to book a personal reading with me, there's information on how to do that in the box below. Other than that, thanks for joining me today. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.